Good morning, everyone. Lee Henson here, president and founder of AgileDad, and it's time for today's episode of the Daily Stand-Up. Without any further ado, let's get started. We are finishing out our week of MythBusters. It's Friday! I hope you're having an amazing day, and hopefully you have an amazing weekend. As always, we want to touch on a topic here that is not wholly Agile, but something that ties back to Agile. And I want to keep in the MythBusters theme, though, because I want to finish out the week that way. So I want to cover a myth that has to do with how we behave. So here we go. Myth. True agility is chaotic. It sacrifices reliability and predictability for a more dynamic organization. Ouch. Here we go. So I wanted to start by doing things a little different here. I wanted to start by defining chaos. So if I go out to Merriam-Webster, I go out to the dictionary, here's what I find. Chaos equals complete disorder and confusion, right? But the definition that I love even more is this one. Chaos equals behavior so unpredictable as to appear random, owing to great sensitivity to small changes in conditions. It's more of a physics definition of chaos, right? But the last definition might even be more of my favorite. Chaos equals to formless matter supposed to have existed before the creation of the universe. Wow. Those are powerful definitions. But if I look at the second one, behavior so unpredictable as to appear random, is that really what this says? So let's replace it real quick. It says, agility is behavior so unpredictable as to appear random, owing to the great sensitivity to small changing conditions. I don't know that that definition fits well, right? In fact, enterprise agility combines stability and dynamism, right? Scaling dynamic practices of agility can be done only when supported by a stable backbone that prevents mayhem in a constantly changing organization. Is change there? You bet. Is change rampant? You bet. Are things a little bit crazy at times? You bet. But should it ever result in pure chaos? The answer is no. So the question I have for you is, what steps are you taking to limit chaos in your own personal life? Are you following the Scrum values? Do you understand that chaos isn't necessary? It's not something that's forced to exist. You know, chaos is created often by the environment and surroundings that we provide, along with a stimulant that encourages chaos and causes us to be that way. In most organizations, I've discovered that chaos is a result of outstanding large debt backlogs and frequent interruptions to teams who are trying to get work done. That is the two things that, if you put those together, frequent interruptions to teams who are trying to get work done, and just, that's where you're going to see chaos. That's where you're going to see that things become totally chaotic. If teams have no idea what they're supposed to be doing, if there's not a clear vision and strategy, if we're frequently changing the work and frequently changing the teams and frequently shifting things around, and have large debt loads that are just overflowing buckets of debt, you're never going to be able to. Everything you do is going to be chaos. It doesn't matter whether you're following a traditional mindset, an agile mindset. I don't care which mindset you're following. You are going to have pure, unadulterated chaos. So the question becomes, are you applying the 5 Scrum values to your personal life? What are you doing to focus? Do you consider yourself to be a focused person? Are you focusing on your family and on the things that are important? Are you focusing on eliminating debt? Yes, like money, financial debt within your family and within your structure. Are you focused on trying to build relationships with your family and your extended family? Are you focused on helping others and extending yourself to benefit the greater good, to help those who can't help themselves, and to uplift mankind and to serve others? Are you open and honest in your communication with your peers, with your family, with your spouse, with your children, with your best friend, with your partner, with whoever? Are you trying hard to build relationships instead of build walls? It's so important to build relationships. Are you really trying hard to be respectful? Are you respectful to your spouse, to your kids, to your family, to your workspace, to what you do? Are you respectful? Are you respectful of time? Are you respectful of your creator? Are you respectful of, there's so many different directions that you could take this, right? But respectful is one of the top things that you can be, because that's a person that's most admired, right? Do you make commitments and keep them? I can't tell you how many times I meet individuals who are struggling in their personal life, and the one question I ask them is, "So tell me about some recent commitments that you made, and how you worked through them, what you did." And these people just aren't making and keeping commitments. I think that if you make and keep commitments, it's going to make you a stronger, more well-rounded person, and it's just going to really benefit you in the long run. I strongly encourage you to find ways to make and keep commitments. And of course, are you acting in a way of extreme courage? Are you standing up for what's right? Are you being an advocate, right, for radical candor? Are you advocating for truth and honesty? Are you advocating for doing the right thing? Are you standing up for those who have a smaller voice than you do? And I think this is just so incredibly important. Whether we're trying to energize for a cause that we're trying to stand for, or whether we are trying to just be better communicators, I think it's so critical and so important for us to have courage, to speak out and speak up and speak loud. Don't be afraid or intimidated by others, and talk about the things that you need to talk about. What I think is most valuable is when we apply these principles and when we apply Agile in our lives, it helps us not only improve our company or our organization, but it really does help us be a better person. It helps us learn what things we should be focused on. It helps us get a greater sense of reality. And most importantly, it helps us grow. So I hope this has been useful. I hope this satisfies your week of Mythbusters. This has just been a lot of fun. So I encourage you to tune in, as always, next week. Have an amazing weekend. We look forward to hearing you or seeing you on Monday for our next message. Until then, stay healthy, stay well, and stay agile, my friends. Do take care. Until